In this video, I will be upgrading the best starter base by collecting all the best base pals with the best passive skills, as well as using the condenser and statue of power to increase their work speed. I will also build a second temporary base with multiple variants to help you with unlimited gold or super fast egg hatching. Before you begin, you want to craft yourself a Ring of Mercy, as this prevents pals from dropping below 1 HP. With the ring equipped, take the fast travel to a desolated church and catch a total of 116 spare Vixies. If you're on a single player world, you can change these settings to increase the number of spawned pals. When all the Vixies are caught, this will allow you to condense them into one amazing Vixie that will give you all the spheres you need at a much faster rate than normal. They now even drop Giga and Hyper Spheres. When you've collected enough spheres, head west to Ravine Entrance Fast Travel. In this area, you will find Mozzarinas. You can even fast travel to the Sealed Realm of the Swordmaster and back to reset the spawn. You will want to capture a total of 117 Mozzarinas. This will allow you to get milk at a much faster rate when condensed. Head to the starting area as you want to do the same for Chickabee, condensing 116 of them for faster egg production. When placing pals into a ranch, their passive skills doesn't matter, only their partner skills apply to ranch production. I've saved the hardest for last, as bee guards will charge at you, blowing you up when close. Leave me alone! You can find bee guards all around these cliffs. Just fast travel to Island Hopper Coast and go north. Once you've captured 117 of them, condense 116 to get honey at a much faster rate. Once you've finished with the ranch pals, you want to head over to the small settlement and talk to the wandering trader to purchase more seeds so we can increase the farm at base. If you decide to do the Black Marketeer exploit for unlimited gold, you can purchase all the ingredients you need except for honey. As you gain levels throughout the game, you want to apply the workstations and upgrade your base level. With all the breeding preparation complete, it's time to acquire the best base passive skills. For this, you want to head to Fort Ruins Beach and catch Cellerays until you have all 4 correct passive skills. The best way to breed all 4 passive skills onto a single pal is to try and get only 2 passive skills on a single pal, then the opposite 2 passive skills on another pal. This is because the fewer passive skills you have, the less RMG you will get, which is why you only want to do this on pals you'll need multiple of. To get the best Anubis, you will need to breed a Celeray with another Celeray until you have 2 correct passive skills onto a single Celeray. You'll want to do this again with the other 2 passive skills you need. You will also need to head to the Ascetic Falls area and capture a Relaxaurus. You can also have a chance to purchase one from a Black Marketeer. Now you want to breed a Celeray with a Relaxaurus. Breed these together until you obtain an Anubis with both correct passive skills. You can also breed the hatched Anubises together to try and get an Anubis with only 2 skills. Do this again for an Anubis with the other 2 passive skills. Now you can breed the Anubis together until you get an Anubis with all 4 correct passive skills. You will want to go ahead and put the parents to the side, as you'll need a bunch of Anubises for all your bases. Now it's time to head to the number 1 wildlife sanctuary. You can use a flying pal to cross the water. You will want to go ahead and capture a male and female Grizzbolt. I like to log in and out up top in this location to reset spawns, as you can just quickly fly around to see everything. Before leaving the area, make sure to go around and pick up the chests, as they can contain valuable loot. With your Anubis, breed it with the newly caught Grizzbolt to get a Ragnahawk. Don't worry about any of the passive skills. You can also find Ragnahawks in large scorching eggs around the volcano island. Just make sure to bring a heat resistance undershirt, which can be bought from this merchant at Fisherman's Point. They can also spawn in the wild at this location. You can now breed your perfect Anubis with Ragnahawk until you acquire Wumpo Botan with at least 2 of the passive skills you need. You will want to do this again for the other 2 passive skills. When that's complete, breed Wumpo Botan with Ragnahawk to get a Mossanda with at least 2 of the passive skills you need. You'll want to breed them again for the other 2 passive skills. Now you will need to obtain any Petallia. You can breed a Rushar with a Mossanda, or they can even be bought by a black marketeer and even found in the wild at this location. To get the best Lyleen and a load of them, you will need to breed Petallia with Mossanda until you have 2 correct passive skills on one Lyleen. Do this again with the other 2 passive skills you need. You will also want to breed the hatched Lyleens together to get a Lyleen with only 2 passive skills, and then another Lyleen with the opposite 2 skills you need. Now you can breed the Lyleens together to create loads of the best Lyleens. With that being said, make sure to put the Lyleens to the side, as you'll need to create multiple throughout the bases. Breed Relaxaurus with Grizzbolt to obtain an Orserk. It doesn't matter about any of the passive skills. You can capture Orserk at this location if you're high enough level. Now we want an Astagon by breeding Grizzbolt with Orserk. I know Astagon is the best miner in the game, but it doesn't matter about any of the passive skills right now, as we'll come back to Astagon later. He can even be captured in the wild at this location, but he is high level, so you will have to be careful. With Astagon acquired, you will want to breed a Grizzbolt with a Lamball to get a Kitsun. Again, don't worry about any of the passive skills. Now, with that Kitsun, you can breed it with Astergon to get Shadowbeak, my non-legendary favourite pal. Shadowbeak can even be caught in the wild by high-level players at this location. To get the best Jormuntide, you will need to breed Shadowbeak with your best Anubis until you have 2 correct passive skills on a single Jormuntide. Luckily, I got just the 2 I needed. Do this again with the other 2 passive skills you need. You will want to breed the hatched Jormuntides together to get a Jormuntide with the other 2 passive skills. You can now breed the Jormuntides together to create loads of the best Jormuntides. With that being said, make sure to put the Jormuntides to the side, as you'll need to create multiple throughout your bases. Take your Anubis and breed it with Celeray to get a Blazehowl. It doesn't matter about any of the passive skills. If you're high enough level, you can even catch one at this location. Take that Blazehowl and breed it with your best Jormuntide to get Jormuntide Ignis with at least 2 of the correct passive skill. Do this again for the other 2 passive skills. You will also want to breed the hatched Jormuntide Ignis together to get a Jormuntide Ignis with only 2 passive skills. Then another Jormuntide Ignis with the opposite 2 passive skills you need. Congratulations, as you can breed them together to create loads of the best kindlers in the game. You can also find Jormuntide Ignis around this volcano in a huge dragon egg. But I highly don't recommend this, as the drop rate is very low and could take several hours. I even found another one at Fisherman's Point. He can even spawn in the wild at this location, but he is very high level. Remember to save the Jormuntide Ignises with only 2 passive skills. Now breed Shadowbeak with your best Lyleen to get Astergon with at least 2 passive skills you need. Go ahead and do it again for the other 2 passive skills. You will also want to breed the hatched Astergons together to get an Astagon with only 2 passive skills. Luckily, I already got an Astagon with the only 2 passive skills that I need. Now you can breed the Astagons together to create loads of the best miners in the game. Now we have all the best pals with the best base passive perks, it's time to start condensing. You'll want to put all the parent pals to the side to use for breeding more in the future, and you'll also want to put to the side every pal that has all 4 best passive skills. When you have 116 spare pals, you can condense them into one mega pal, which will level up all the skills for that pal. For example, Lyleen now has 5 gardening. You will want to do this for all of your other pals to get level 5 mining, 5 kindling, 5 watering, and 5 handling. To speed up the breeding process, you can build a second base just for breeding. All you need for this is a bunch of breeding pens, an egg incubator, and a monitoring stand. This is because when you increase the work to super hard, all of the working pals inside the breeding pens won't be affected by the negative effects, making them work 24/7. For another base variant, you will want to place down as many berry plantations as you can, along with a level 2 ore mining site, a high quality hot spring, a cooking pot, a furnace, and a production assembly line to craft nails. This will allow you to sell nails and cut berries to a merchant, making this the best mid-game money maker. With all the coins you receive, you can buy all the ingredients to cook cakes apart from honey, making this the fastest way to obtain cakes at this level. The final step is to use pal souls to increase their work speed. To acquire pal souls, you can find them randomly out in the open. Some pals even drop small souls when butchered like this Nox. While Helzifer will drop medium souls, but my favourite is to just butcher Anubis for large soul. As with one large soul, you can use the crusher to obtain 2 medium souls or 4 small souls. Take all your 4-star pals into your party, then make your way to the Statue of Power. Here you can level up their skills with souls. Go ahead and max out work speed for a plus 30%. You'll want to do this for every pal. Let's do a little tester. Here I have 2 stone pits. Let's see how much faster the maxed out Astagon is. Yeah, the maxed out Astagon is at least double the speed, which is well worth the investment. Let's see how he does if we turn up the work speed to ultra. Just look at him go, he's like Usain Bolt with a twitch. If you found this video helpful, leave a like, comment and subscribe to help me reach 1000 subscribers. You can click here to see how I have the best start in Palworld.